This is the Ford they hit here at Gold's. They rode right from underneath the truck, getting away with this in just minutes.
Imagine this is that stick tonight. He held it in this position in front of his body.
Why does that seem to matter so much to the prosecution?
Well, let's go back to that wooden pole. Prosecutors contend that Robertson wielded it while in a standoff with police. Berg's police chief was part of that group that came to the table to have this discussion. Afternoon release was anything but normal today. A shot was fired inside of a school bathroom. This according to the police chief when he briefed us this afternoon. Despite being caught on camera, burglars continue to hit used car dealerships. The COVID-Wise app here at home pushes contact tracing and testing. This says CDC leaders appear to suggest the opposite. They'll smash your window out like they did on this car just Monday night, and they'll steal the inspection sticker.
No matter where you are, it's likely you'll be at a safe physical distance from those you don't know. The difference now is you can do it without a mask following the latest CDC guidance.
We wait for that suspect to be brought back here to Roanoke, right here to the city jail. Virginia State Police recorded 528 homicides for the year 2020. Roanoke and Lynchburg already surpassing their homicide rates from last year.
Today's reporter McKinley Strother continues our coverage for us tonight live outside the courthouse with details of the verdict. McKinley?
Rachel and John, the government slapped Robertson with 6 charges based on 6 different crimes. It was clear, even according to his defense attorney, that he was guilty of some of those. That would include count 1, obstructing an official proceeding, meaning that his actions on that day interrupted the work of Congress. He was found guilty on that. Count 2, civil disorder, meaning he got in the way of police work on that day. We saw video evidence of him standing in the way of officers as they tried to make their way through the crowds in front of the U.S. Capitol right there on the lawn. He was found guilty of that. Now, it was not clear if he would be found guilty on some of these other charges, and I say that because the jury had a lot of questions about that. It took them so long to deliberate. They came back on Friday with questions surrounding the wording of the charges involving the weapons. That would be count 3 and 4, entering or remaining in a restricted area with the weapon, and then count 4, disorderly or disruptive conduct in a restricted area with a weapon. That's that wooden stick I've been telling you about here in the last about week and a half if you've been following my coverage. But in the end, the jury did find him guilty on both of those. 2 other counts, count 5, disorderly conduct in the Capitol, guilty. And the last one, tampering with documents or proceedings. That is the charge surrounding his getting rid of his and Jacob Fracker's cell phone. Jacob Fracker, his co-defendant, his son, his co-worker, the guy he led while on patrol, who stood with him every step of the way, including in his courtroom, but not right beside him. He worked against him. Fracker, also a former Rocky Mount police officer, signed a plea agreement with the government earlier this year and became the government's star witness. And in the end, it paid off with a clean sweep for the government. There is a lot of details to this case that you can read about on our website, WSLS.com. Again, to give you a wrap, 6 charges against former Rocky Mount police officer Thomas Robertson for his actions on January 6th, found guilty across the board. It is now up to the judge to set his sentencing. A date for his sentencing, as well as Jacob Fracker's, will come down here in the next few weeks. That is the latest this evening from our nation's capital. I'm McKinley Strother, 10 News, working for you.
You don't want us here, that's fine. We'll just take our money elsewhere.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, can I have my money back?
No, you're going out the door.
Can I have my money
she's
back?
going out the door.
Go.
She's going out
Can
the
I have my money back?
I'm telling you.
Can I have my money back?
Damn door. Get the out of my.
My money back, please.
This was in late June at Exotics and Aquatics in Roanoke County. Judea Strong says she was wronged.
His mom tries to grab me and throw me out. Don't put your hands on me. Don't touch me. Several people are trying to hold him back like he's absolutely enraged. About to give me my money back. Do that.
Get the out of my store.
From there, things get shaky. Strong says he picked her up and threw her out the door. She left concussed and bruised.
No, that's not true.
Daniel Rosen tells a different story, one he says starts before this recording.
Well, for 2 years, her and her boyfriend came into the store and belittled my employees and always was berating my mother.
He says Strong did not record her cursing out his mother, the lady here, before going to the counter. Strong denies doing that. He says he never picked Strong up. They tripped and fell over this rug.
Your response was excessive?
No, because she was standing there with the camera pointed down and her middle finger pointed at us.
You don't put your hands on somebody, especially someone 3 times your, 3 times smaller than you.
It all started because Strong's boyfriend took to Facebook posting this scathing review of the business.
They banned him. They told him, we would like if you not come back to the store.
She believed it was just her boyfriend banned, so she returned. Rosen was charged with assault and battery, but was found not guilty this week by a substitute judge. Why share the story now?
After the charges were dismissed and everything, I was like, well, this isn't right. I can't let this happen, so I want to let other people know.
Rosen says since Strong took to Facebook, his business has been getting calls accusing him of racism, even though Strong did not mention race in my conversation or in her Facebook post.
I assure you I'm not a racist. I have many ethnicities working for me, and I'm friends with them.
Roanoke County Commonwealth's attorney Brian Hollihan sent me this statement. He said in part, quote, "At trial, it was our position that the defendant's use of force was unreasonable and exceeded that which was legally justified under the circumstances. My prosecutor requested that the defendant be found guilty as charged," end quote. Back out here live, the surveillance footage from inside no longer exists. Even if it did, Rosen said it didn't capture any good vantage point of what played out that day. So all that's left tonight is the 2 opposing tales of what happened in June, and of course that cell phone footage you saw in this story.
Police still have not made any arrests. Tonight, 10 News reporter McKinley Strother shows us exclusive video from the moments those shots were fired.
Pay close attention to the area between those houses.
It has been going on for ages.
If you miss it, it will appear as if a family or friends are just enjoying the afternoon on their porch. But then,
there's gunshots happening all the time.
2 men, one in all black, another in orange pants, unload a countless amount of gunshots on the group.
It's just frustrating, and I'm tired of it.
This exclusive video was obtained by WSLS 10 News. Out of respect for the victims, we are not showing the remainder of this grueling video. However, as it progresses, victims and shooters are seen scattering. Some victims crawling inside the home, leaving behind a trail of blood and desperation for their lives.
Police cars driving down Aurora all the time. It doesn't matter.
4 people in total were shot on Aurora Avenue in southwest Roanoke Wednesday afternoon. So far, no arrests have been made. As far as the victims, their conditions range from non-life-threatening to serious, but tonight, they're all listed in stable condition.
I had to spend money to put security cameras so I can give it to the police, because I would hope at least the 2 videos I gave them for the past 2 incidents would have helped them nab whoever's doing it, but it doesn't seem to have done any good.
Residents, much like this one you've heard from, are terrified and fed up. More video obtained by our newsroom appears to show another incident at the same home in July. Here you can see the men scatter, running for their lives as this car drives by. 10 News has requested information from police on this incident and others. So far, we've not heard back. Reporting, I'm McKinley Strother, 10 News, working for you.